Hello. My last video was on the stylistic origins from gospel, how it evolved from the spiritual, and ultimately how music in America was then separated into worshipful versus secular. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the growth of gospel, finding an accepted audience in America. Now, when I say gospel music, chitlins probably don't come to mind, but it should. Chitterlings or chitlins is a popular soul food dish with African Americans, particularly in the South. Its roots run back to slavery when slave masters would give slaves the worst parts of the pig, typically the feet and the intestines or chitlins. This was particularly common in the Southeast where the pig was amongst the most prized livestock. The Chitlin Circuit was an array of entertainment venues that spanned from the South to the Midwest and Northeastern United States that provided both a safe haven and a means for lucrative promotion for African Americans at a time when racial segregation and white oppression of black expression was a standard. This was accomplished through a series of black owned hotels, bars, restaurants, car dealerships, chauffeur and security services, among other amenities at the time when white merchants either weren't allowed by law to do business with blacks or just weren't very interested in doing business with us, to put it lightly. The Chitlin Circuit, which I will dedicate a full video in the future to, included the Howard Theater in Washington, D.C., the Regal Theater in Chicago, the Royal Theater in Baltimore, the Uptown Theater in Philadelphia, the Hippodrome Theater in Richmond, New York City's Apollo Theater and Cotton Club, and the Fox Theater in Detroit. There were countless others, but ultimately the chicken circuit came to be when it was seen how lucrative pushing black music was. But it wasn't the first of its kind, however, though. As I mentioned in the previous video, Christian revivals, aka camp meetings, were the first opportunities for blacks to show the world our musical prowess. These revivals evolved over time but still provided black choirs a chance to tour and show their talents while helping renew people's faith. It was not gospel, however, though, that would be the main reason for black artists traveling through that would be the reason for black artists traveling, though. This would be the blues and later jazz. These musicians toured a series of what is known as juke joints and speakeasies. The word juke has a disputed origin, but the most accepted genesis is that it derives from the Gullah word jug or jug, meaning to conduct oneself in a disorderly fashion. This word is commonly used today by Southern rappers. The Gullah word jug is believed to have derived from the Wolof term zug, which means the same thing. The Wolof people are one of the most important people in terms of cultures of the U.S., Caribbean, and Latin America, and I have a video dedicated to them in the works. The juke joints, sometimes currently called barrel houses, were mostly black-owned establishments, typically barns, shacks, and sheds, and other rural settings in the South. They made accommodations for gambling, food, moonshine, prostitution, and room and board. The amount of amenities in the juke joint would put your luxury condo to shame. The biggest impact of the juke point, which I will of the juke joints, which I will do a video on in the future, was allowing black performers, especially secular performers, to get their work in front of spectators. It was at one of these juke joints in Atlanta that Thomas Dorsey was discovered, and on his way to becoming a blues star, he would make worship music grow leaps and bounds completely by chance. My next video will be on Mr. Dorsey and his impact on gospel music and civil rights. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, and subscribe.